Good evening. It is time for today's Tax Talk. I'm your host. I'm attorney Stephen Leahy. Now, we've been talking a lot about NFTs. You might have heard of them on there, all about them. Let me change my... NFTs are everywhere. We keep hearing about them. And yet nobody really ever explains that. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. NFTs, the basics. Again, today is, today's Tuesday, May 3rd, the year of our Lord 2022, and we're going to talk about NFT, the basics. Won't you join us? Won't you join us? So, again, on this show, we've talked about all types of blockchain and the derivatives of blockchain, cryptocurrency, the digital, everything digital, NFTs, the whole 9 yards. We talk about it on this show, but I don't know if everybody understands exactly what that is and how it all works. There's a very good article today that we're going to talk about, that we're going to review, and I think it gives a good explanation of it. And there's nothing that you shouldn't admit. Hey, I don't really understand what NFTs are. They use all this new language, and we're all supposed to just accept and just say, yeah, I know what that is. But let's talk about the basics. Let's understand what it is, because it's everywhere. We're hearing about it everywhere. So let's try to understand what it is. So let's do that. But let's do what we do every Tuesday before we talk about the story. Let us talk about. Let us look into it. Okay. What are we doing? Well, I'm having some issues. There we go. But we always start with the crypto markets. So we see that the markets have really taken a dive in the last 24 hours. Unusual for a Tuesday, since we always see from Monday to Tuesday. Usually the markets go up by coincidence. I don't know. But they've gone down, and it's been big news that the markets have really taken a crash. Here is Ethereum over the last week. Took a big dive, kind of coming back, but not really. Let's look at Bitcoin for the last week. See if we can get that up. Here's Bitcoin. Kind of mirrors the Ethereum. Kind of went up over the week, but took another dive. So it's down less. It's down for the week, even though it was up. This has been happening for a couple of weeks now. These cryptocurrencies trying to fight their way back to profitability. So here's the story I want to talk about. What is an NFT? Non-Fungible Tokens explained. So let's talk about that. Non-fungible tokens seem to be everywhere these days, from art and music to tacos and toilet paper. These digital assets are selling like 17th century exotic Dutch tulips, some for millions of dollars. But are NFTs worth the money or the hype? Some experts say they're a bubble poised to pop, like the .com craze or Beanie Babies. Others believe NFTs are here to stay and that they will change investing forever. An NFT is a digital asset that represents real-world objects like art, music, in-game items. In-game items are real-world objects? Maybe not. And videos. They are bought and sold online, frequently with cryptocurrency, and they are generally encoded with the same underlying software as many cryptos. Although they've been around since 2014, NFTs are gaining notoriety now because they are becoming an increasingly popular way to buy and sell digital artwork. The market for NFTs was worth a staggering $41 billion in 2021 alone. It's a big number. An amount that is approaching the total value of the entire global fine art market. NFTs are also generally one of a kind, or at least one of a very limited run, and have unique identifying codes. Essentially, NFTs create digital scarcity. This stands in stark contrast to most digital creations, which are almost always infinite in supply. Hypothetically, cutting off the supply would raise the value of a given asset, assuming it is in demand. Lots of commercials. We're going to skip them. But many NFTs, at least in these early days, have been digital creations that already exist in some form elsewhere, like iconic video clips from NBA games or securitized versions of digital art that's already floating around on Instagram. Famous digital artist Michael Winkelmann, better known as Beeple, not to me, he's not better known, crafted a composite of 5,000 daily drawings to create perhaps the most famous NFT of 2021, Everyday's, the first 5,000 days, which sold at Christie's for a record-breaking $69.3 million. Wow. Anyone can view the individual images or even the entire collage of images online for free. So why are people willing to spend millions on something they could easily screenshot or download? Because an NFT allows the buyer to own the original item. Not only that, it contains built-in authentication, which serves as proof of ownership. Collectors value those digital bragging rights almost more than the item itself. NFT stands for Non-Fungible Tokens. It's generally built using the same kind of programming as cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but that's where the similarity ends. Physical money and cryptocurrencies are fungible, meaning they can be traded or exchanged for one another. They're also equal in value. $1 is always worth another dollar. One Bitcoin is always worth an equal to another Bitcoin. Crypto's fungibility makes it a trusted means of conducting transactions on blockchain. NFTs are different. Each has a digital signature that makes it impossible for NFTs to be exchanged for or equal to one another, hence non-fungible. One NBA Top Shot clip, for example, is not equal to Everyday's simply because they're both NFTs. One NBA Top Shot clip isn't even necessarily equal to another NBA Top Shot clip, for that matter. Excuse me. How does the NFT work? NFTs exist on a blockchain, which is a distributed public ledger that records transactions. You're probably more familiar with blockchain as an underlying process that makes cryptocurrencies possible. Specifically, NFTs are typically held on the Ethereum blockchain, although other blockchains support them as well. Most of them are on Ethereum. An NFT is created or minted from digital objects that represent both tangible and intangible items, including graphic art, GIFs, videos and sports highlights, collectibles, virtual avatars and video game skins, designer sneakers, music, even tweets count. Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey sold his first ever tweet as an NFT for more than $2.9 million. $2.9 million. Essentially, NFTs are like physical collector's items, only digital. So instead of getting an actual oil painting to hang on the wall, the buyer gets a digital file instead. They also get exclusive ownership rights. NFTs can have only one owner at a time, and their use of a blockchain technology makes it easy to verify ownership and transfer tokens between owners. The creator can also store specific information in the NFT's metadata. For instance, artists can sign their artwork by including their signature in the file somewhere. What are NFTs used for? Blockchain technology and NFTs afford artists and content creators a unique opportunity to monetize their wares. For example, artists no longer have to rely on galleries or auction houses to sell their art. Instead, the artist can sell it directly to the consumer as an NFT, which also lets them keep more of the profits. In addition, artists can program in royalties, so they'll receive a percentage of sales whenever their art is sold to a new owner. This is pretty different, isn't it? So I own something, I sell it, and the artist gets a piece of it. This is an attractive feature as artists generally do not receive future proceeds after their art is first sold. Art isn't the only way to make money with NFTs. Brands like Charmin and Taco Bell have auctioned off themed NFT art to raise funds for charity. Charmin dubbed its offering NFTP, non-fungible toilet paper. Wow. And Taco Bell's NFT art sold out in minutes, with the highest bids coming in at 1.5 wrapped Ether, equal to $3,723.83 at the time of writing. Neon Cat, a 2011 era GIF of a cat with Pop-Tart body, sold for nearly $600,000 in February. An NBA Top Shot generated more than $500 million in sales as of late March. A single LeBron James highlight NFT fetched more than $200,000. This is just crazy numbers. Even celebrities like Snoop Dogg and Lindsay Lohan are jumping on the NFT bandwagon, releasing unique memories, artwork, and moments as securitized NFTs. If you're keen to start your own NFT collection, you'll need to acquire some key items. First, you'll need to get a digital wallet that allows you to store NFTs like cryptocurrencies. You'll likely need to purchase some cryptocurrency like Ether, depending on what currencies your NFT provider accepts. You can buy crypto using a credit card on platforms like Coinbase, Kraken, eToro, or even PayPal and Robinhood now. You'll then be able to move it from your exchange to your wallet of your choice. You'll want to keep fees in mind as you research options. Most exchanges charge at least a percentage of your transaction when you buy crypto. Once you've got your wallet set up and funded, there's no shortage of NFT sites to shop. Currently, the largest NFT marketplaces are OpenSea.io. A peer-to-peer platform bills itself as a purveyor of rare digital items and collectibles. To get started, all you need to do is create an account to browse NFT collections. You can also sort pieces by sales volume to discover new artists. Rarible, similar to OpenSea, Rarible is a democratic, open marketplace that allows artists and creators to issue and sell NFTs. Rari tokens issued on the platform enable holders to weigh in on features like fees and community rules. Foundation. Here, artists must receive upvotes or an invitation from fellow creators to post their art. The community's exclusivity and cost of entry, artists must also purchase gas to mint NFTs, means it may boost higher caliber artwork. For instance, Neon Cat creator Chris Torres sold an NFT on Foundation platform. It may also mean higher prices, not necessarily a bad thing for artists or collectors seeking to capitalize, assuming the demand for NFTs remains at current levels or even increases over time. Although these platforms and others are host to thousands of NFT creators and collectors, be sure you do your research carefully before buying. Some artists have fallen victim to impersonators who have listed and sold their work without their permission. In addition, the verification process for creators and NFT listings aren't consistent across platforms. Some are more stringent than others. OpenSea and Rarible, for example, do not require owner verification of NFT listings. Buyer protections appear to be sparse at best. So when shopping for NFTs, it is best to keep the old adage, caveat emptor, let the buyer beware in mind. Just because you can buy NFTs doesn't mean you should. It depends. NFTs are risky because their future is uncertain, and we don't yet have a lot of history to judge their performance. Since NFTs are so new, it may be worth investing small amounts to try it out for now. In other words, investing in NFTs is largely a personal decision, like everything else in life. If you have money to spare, you may be worth considering, especially if a piece holds meaning for you. But keep in mind, an NFT's value is based entirely on what someone else is willing to pay for it. Therefore, it's actually worth what you're willing to pay for it, in my mind. Therefore, demand will drive the price rather than fundamental technical or economic indicators, which typically influence stock prices or at least generally form the basis for investor demand. All this means an NFT may resell for less than you paid for it, or you may not be able to resell it at all if no one wants it. NFTs are also subject to capital gains taxes, just like when you sell stocks at a profit. Since they're considered collectibles, however, they may not receive a preferential long-term capital gains rates stocks do, and may even be taxed at a higher collectible tax rate. though the IRS has not yet ruled what NFTs are considered for tax purposes. Bear in mind, the cryptocurrencies used to purchase the NFTs may also be taxed if they're increased in value since you bought them, meaning you may want to check in with the tax professional when considering adding NFTs to your portfolio. So if you buy something with a cryptocurrency and the cryptocurrency has gone up since you purchased it, well, that's a capital gain. And if it's gone down, well, that's a capital loss. Both are taxable events. That said, approach NFTs just like you would any investment. Do your research, understand the risks, including that you might lose all of your investing dollars. And if you decide to take the plunge, proceed with a healthy dose of caution. So I think all of that makes sense no matter what your investment is. But NFTs, again, I think it's I don't understand why someone would spend $200,000 on a piece of video. But again, I'm not their market. So I'm not sure who's buying these things, whether the value goes up. I don't own any NFTs. I'm not giving you any advice. I don't know. But I want everybody to understand what they are, how it works, how to use them, how to buy them. And I thought that was a good summary of that. So I hope you did too. Remember that we ask you, where else are you learning about this stuff? Well, you learn about it here on today's Tax Talk. So we're going to ask you to like and subscribe, get our content out, help us get the content out to those who need it, those who want it. So help us like and subscribe this content. Also, if you have IRS problems and you don't know where to go, well, the first thing you should do is you get a copy of my book, Deal with Your IRS Problem Today. Go to freeirsbook.com. That's freeirsbook.com. Go to freeirsbook.com. Get yourself a copy of my book, Deal with Your IRS Problem Today. And remember, again, we'll be here tomorrow. Come join us. On today's Tax Talk, we'll talk about IRS, maybe foreclosures, maybe bankruptcies. Those are going up, and maybe we'll talk about those. So join us tomorrow to talk about what's in the news for taxes. Thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again here tomorrow. Out.